welcome to Actual Factual Magic, our YouTube page. We are the creators of Actual Factual Magic, the simplified guide to Walt Disney World. And boy, it's a good time to have a simplified guidebook. I just got back from Walt Disney World. We took a trip right after the new year to start the new year off and to explore all the new stuff we've missed since the pandemic. Been a long time away, so it was really good to get back. But we missed a lot, and I wanted to do a countdown of the top things that we really, really liked and mention something we really didn't like. So let's see here. I've got a list of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 items that we will count down as the best new things at Walt Disney World. Okay, let's start with number 8. I chose the cavalcades and the random character appearances. I did not think I was going to like this, and let's be honest, nothing is going to replace being hugged by a Wookiee, greeting a princess, shaking hands with Mickey Mouse. Those old-fashioned, hopefully soon to return, interactions with characters really make up a lot of the magic that we experience when we're at Walt Disney World. But I will say the cavalcades and the random character appearances are actually handled really well. The cavalcades get you close enough for a quick interaction. The characters are great about pointing out kids in the crowds that are wearing costumes or showing how enthusiastic they are for a certain character. They're managing to make do, and it's actually a lot better experience than I thought. It doesn't replace the parades. It doesn't replace the one-on-one character interactions that we're all accustomed to, but it's nice and it's okay. And in these times, it serves a purpose. And good job, Disney. Number 7. I'm going to go with Remy's Ratatouille adventure at Epcot in the France Pavilion. It's something that's needed. I think as somebody that has just come to appreciate Epcot as a place to kind of chill and enjoy some good food, some good drinks, enjoy the culture of the World Showcase, enjoy the technology of the rest of the park. You know, I think I've been okay with there being a lack of rides at Epcot, but change is coming, and Remy's Ratatouille adventure is really going to be the first of a new wave of newer attractions coming to Epcot that hopefully will spark that third thing that Epcot needs, which is the rides. Right now, really, there are just a handful of rides that are worth experiencing at Epcot. Ratatouille really adds to that. It's a great attraction. It's a little short. Everybody says it's short, but you know what? I think it's just right for that pavilion. It's just right for what Epcot needs. If Epcot had a sprinkling of 3 or 4 more of these kind of attractions, I think that would be a big deal for the families that are coming to Epcot who need that variety of something more to do. Okay, number 6, the coconut pineapple swirled Dole Whips at the Magic Kingdom. Now, I think this technically is a secret menu item. It did show up on our Disney Genie app as an option, but you do have to go fishing for it in the app. Wow, I love pineapple Dole Whips. The coconut pineapple Dole Whip takes it from great to amazing. So I really can't recommend that much more. I know that was a new item that was introduced, I believe, right before the pandemic hit, and I'm glad to see it's back. Number 5, the new lights on Spaceship Earth at Epcot. Really incredible. Of all the little luminescent things that were advertised for the 50th anniversary of Walt Disney World, honestly, most of them fell a little short of expectations, and Disney's been backfilling with old content to make them a little more spectacular in the other parks. But they didn't have to do that at Epcot. Epcot's new lighting on Spaceship Earth is amazing and really worth seeing. on its own. And because it kind of comes alive right at the end of Harmonious, it's kind of a plus plus. But we might mention Harmonious in a minute. Number 4, Enchantment at the Magic Kingdom. People were complaining. I think Disney fans are a tough audience. Disney fans don't want to give up on things they love, and fireworks hold a special place in all our hearts. I know Wishes was my favorite, and when Wishes was replaced, I hated it, but I had to admit that the replacement for Wishes, which the name escapes me at the second, was quite good when you saw it in person. Because of all the projection and stuff, it didn't necessarily translate if you were watching it on a YouTube channel or whatnot. And I think that was the problem with the first impressions of Enchantment, that unless you're in the parks, maybe you aren't getting the full emotional impact of this show. And I think past shows have had better choices of Disney music, but aside from that, it's a spectacular nighttime fireworks show. We enjoyed every minute of it. We even did a dessert party, so we had some premium seats to see it. Fantastic. We enjoyed every second of it. Number 3, hats off to Disney for the Skyliner gondola system. The Magic Kingdom section of Walt Disney World is served really well by ferry boats and by the monorail system. But for the longest time, the Epcot side of the Walt Disney World property was kind of underserved by transportation. This Skyliner system might exceed my love of the monorails. It's so clever, and it does an amazing job moving a lot of people very quickly. We took the Skyliner from Epcot back to Art of Animation, and it chewed through the crowd of waiting people very quickly. I think we only waited maybe 15 minutes, if that, to get on a gondola and be on our way. Fantastic system. Great job, Disney, thinking out of the box to create another mass transportation system that people actually look forward to using. I wish cities would kind of take a notice of what Disney does, because Disney has probably the only mass transit system of monorails, buses, boats, and now cable cars that people love, people want to use, and people do use, and it's spectacular. Number 2, Harmonious at Epcot. I know people are complaining about the big ugly things sitting in the middle of the lagoon, but you know what? When things come to life at night, those big ugly things are worth it. I was really blown away by Harmonious. I'm a big fan of Disney music, and to see a presentation that incorporates how Disney music is presented throughout the world, it's amazing. Harmonious is a very worthy show to replace Illuminations, and I'm glad it's going to be part of Disney's future for a long while. Actually, I'm going to have a tie for number 1, because there are 2 really special things happening at Disney, and they both need to be celebrated. The first, tied for first place, is Star Wars Rise of the Resistance at Disney's Hollywood Studios. It's a revolution in theme park entertainment. It's incorporating 3 different ride systems to tell a Star Wars adventure that completely surrounds you, the guest. You feel like you are part of a Star Wars adventure, and I've never experienced anything like that. It should be noted that this is how all future amusement park attractions should be designed. Okay, you ready for number 1? Are you ready? It's something outside of all the parks. And honestly, it doesn't surprise me, but it did surprise me on how much more I loved this than I thought I would. And I really thought I was going to love it. I'm talking about Disney Springs Cirque du Soleil's new show, Drawn to Life. Drawn to Life is maybe the best thing you can do at Walt Disney World. And I'm told that we actually saw a altered show due to COVID and due to some injuries. And even still, it was one of the best, and it was one of the most entertainment nights I've seen in a long time. And maybe that's just the pandemic shut-in speaking, because there hasn't been a lot of theater nights or social entertainment in my life for a long time because of the pandemic. But wow, this show blew my mind. I was there with some cast member friends, and we could not figure out how they did half the things they did. And we all come from technical backgrounds. I come from a long projection technical theater background, and the friends I was with come from Disney theater backgrounds. And so if this show baffled them, that's saying something. If you get a chance, worth the cost of admission. I would go back just for the opportunity to see this show again and again and again. The show is spectacular and emotional and has the best compilation of Disney music that I've ever heard. Worth every penny. Go see it. Make sure it's part of your next Disney vacation. It's the best thing out there. Okay, and the one thing I am going to say that I really did not like, and no, it's not Kite Tales. Kite Tales is okay. It's not great, but it's okay. The one thing that really is a miss, sorry Disney, I don't know if this is something that can be fixed or not, but right now it's awful. It's really bad, and that's Disney Genie and Lightning Lanes. I was there during a particularly busy time with the marathons, the marathon week, and things were sold out. Your options for Disney Genie Plus and the pay-per Lightning Lanes were sold out before the parks were open. That serves nobody. That leaves people with a terrible experience. People were spending more time on their phones trying to figure out how the app worked and not enjoying the beautiful park around them, the amazing things to see, not just diving in and doing the things that Disney has to offer. This is a miss. It should be rethought, reworked, or removed, in my opinion. The only thing that was of any value was the tip board that's offered by Disney Genie, which allowed you to look up potential queue line waits. And even those, more often than not, we found the standby line waits inflated by sometimes as much as 30 to 45 minutes. That kind of thing used to be charming when people didn't have to pay for a alternative, but when it's now perceived as a way of channeling people to pay for the lightning lanes, that's not good press for you, Disney. That's not the way to do it. I just can't say enough about how this system needs to be reworked and rethought and reconsidered, because it's making a good Disney experience very mediocre. And I had a great time, but I am basically a Disney expert. I mean, I wrote a book about Disney. The app adds nothing to the process. It did nothing to make things easier. It did nothing to make things better. Mobile ordering is fine. Great, you can order your food before you get to the counter. That's great. Keep that. But all the stuff about attractions, just a huge miss. Okay, that's all I've got to say for now. I'm going to be doing more of these from the actual Factual Magic Studios, which are in disarray after coming back from my trip. Remember, imagination is more important than knowledge, and if you are planning a upcoming trip to Disney World, you really are going to need the simplified guide. Where is it? Somewhere here. There it is. To Walt Disney World, because it really is confusing without something to get you around Disney Genie and to give you some knowledge ahead of time so you don't have to rely on Disney Genie when you're there. All right, I hope you have a great day. We'll talk soon.